right, welcome everybody. This is the first episode of this new series. A little about me if you haven't seen the first other two videos I tested out on this channel. My name is Wyatt. I am a commercial real estate broker. I've been doing it for about 6 years now, and while I have experience in a lot of retail investments, sales, that's my specialty. I've always actually really loved city builder games, especially Cities Skylines, and I really wanted to take a stab at the game and to see if any of my experience in the real world translates into this game. And I've been watching a lot of content creators, and I really love city planners, Biffa, all of them, and I figured I want to get in on this too, share some knowledge that I may know, and really just have a good time with y'all, and hopefully connect with y'all and build a little community around us, and yeah, just see where this experiment goes. Now, obviously, as you can tell, I have a little experience with this. As far as personal achievement, quote unquote, we'll call it, I do have a little bit of experience playing this game. I did a couple dry test runs on my own for about a few hours and recorded a few episodes. But besides that, I really have nothing. I haven't even watched any videos lately. I've been so slammed with work. But off the bat, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing here is we're just getting set up. We're getting the power going. We're getting everything started. And I just want to have the basics laid out before I get too crazy with anything else. So what I want to do here, before I get really into anything about my thought process or what I'm doing, because right now I'm kind of just freeballing it, but let's just get something basic going. Nothing too crazy, nothing exciting, or just the basics, just to get everything off the ground and going. Let's do, let's put you right there for now, and let's get this up. Okay, I think, that's going to be enough for now. Nothing too crazy at all, just to get us started. Okay, there we go. Let's get this going. So a little bit about me, as I mentioned earlier, a commercial broker, a lot of experience doing retail sales, investments, sold houses when I first started out in the industry. But always really had a love for what I did, and I wanted to always find a way to translate that into the gaming world. I personally love video games. They've been a part of my life since I was a kid. Obviously, Halo, Call of Duty, those games were big when I was younger. But it's really translated more and more into kind of just sim games, more relaxing, just unenjoyable games. And okay, almost first mistake. I'm just realizing things as I go here. Get the water going. Perfect. Okay. And yeah, so I hope you guys can enjoy the content, help me make it better week by week, because I really want to just put a little community, have a little fun with this game. And my real goal in real life, honestly, is to develop a city, develop buildings, and make a community in real life, and feel that joy of providing back, giving back to the community that I live in. For those who don't know, obviously none of you probably know, but I currently reside in the Pacific Northwest, where I can obviously carry out my profession as amongst other things. Okay, so real quick little reasoning as to what I'm doing. This is just going off of what I understand to be correct in my line of work, but so main collector road is right here. This is Leighton Phillips Street. I'm going to rename all these later on, but for now, who cares? This is going to carry the most traffic into your city. So you're going to have your 4-lane roads here, median. Oh, I probably shouldn't have this median here, but we'll take care of that later on. No worries. And so with this, you don't want to have your residences on this road, because it's going to create a lot of congestion with the cars slowing down to turn into their homes and their neighborhoods, etc. So you want to put commercial here, and that way you can keep the flow of traffic going along. And typically commercial buildings come with parking lots for city ordinances and county codes, so that'll alleviate a lot of the traffic congestion to these asset types. And of course, I got the residential area built back here, and reason being, kind of building off of what I was mentioning about commercial. You want to have the residential districts, residential areas. You want to keep those off main collectors. You want to have them on side streets or neighborhoods, right? Because you're not going to have a lot of traffic, and that's designed for a reason. You want to keep neighborhoods quiet and safe for families and children and what have you. So we're gotta get the water going. There we go. So you want to keep that on the side streets. Now over here we have our industrial district, and the reason we keep it over here is because industrial buildings, industrial properties, they produce a lot of pollution in a multitude of ways. You have noise pollution, you have air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, etc. And so you want to keep that away from the day-to-day commuters, consumers, residents, all of them, because obviously you don't want a lawsuit for somebody getting cancer from living near the coal power plant or what have you, right? It's somewhat safer to work in these areas, but you really can't live, and nothing really can live in these areas. It's just too contaminated. So that's where we're starting out with. And as we build this city, I hope to kind of explain things a little bit further in depth as far as what a certain type of building is considered. For example, the class of the property, such as Class A, Class B, Class C's, basically going from best to worst, what makes them those, what people look for. Because I really understand real estate from the eyes of an investor, from the eyes of somebody looking to improve an area, from somebody looking to capitalize on an area or invest in an area. So those are my strengths. I'm not a city planner. I'm not a civil engineer. I unfortunately and fortunately didn't have the educational prowess to pursue those things. I found it more enjoyable to go into sales directly, and that's what I made a living on and what I want to bring to the YouTube table. And hopefully y'all can appreciate something like that, something a little more simplified, something a little more straight to it, nothing too fancy. You know, we just messed up the water lines, but you know what? We're not city planners. We're just city builders. So it's gonna work. And if the residences complain, well, tough. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. So my current plan, this is the groundwork of it. I'm gonna keep this main collector road. I'm just gonna drag this sucker out as far as I can, and over time I'll probably, what I want to do now, since I have the time, is this a 6-laner? Okay. What I actually want to do, if I'm able to do it, am I going to lose any businesses doing this? I am not. Beautiful. So I want to make this a 6-lane. And the reason for this is because I really want all of my heavy traffic to go down this road. I really want this to be the main area people drive down and people work with. So I'm going to just pushed out to here. No real reason as to why I'm doing that. I'm just kind of future proofing or future building. Oh. Okay, so I did this. It's been a couple of weeks since I played this game. I gotta be honest with you. I've got so many personal things going on, but I had this problem where I always built homes or I zoned for homes in areas that I needed to expand roads on. So we are going to do the rude thing, and we're going to start taking back some of the land that we gave to others. Oops. Okay, and then I'm gonna slowly over time start to take power lines down and kind of putting them back up because I want to make sure my neighborhoods flow correctly. Oh, does the power actually already service it? Okay, we're good. Look at that. Okay. We can just cut these and that power is going to service that over there. And once we get these connected, it will be even better. Okay. So I really want to just expand upon my residential areas for now. I want to get us I'm really focusing on getting us to the next level of the city at level 2. And that's really the main goal here. And before I forget, let's get these connected because again, while we want to make this the main road, we do want to have convenient access for our existing businesses, our residences, and for everybody who just in between who needs to use the streets to get around. If there's any traffic congestion going down Leighton Phillips, they can come in, they can take, you know, Jones Street, or they can come up, you know, Hickory Street. They can go all around and do whatever. So that's the thought process. That's the game plan. And we're going to just keep everything going, keep the water moving. I'm going to keep it going from there. All right. And let's keep expanding, keep things uniform. When we get to the next level, I think I'll start breaking things down a little bit more for y'all so you can get a better understanding what I'm doing and of what this all means in the grand scheme of things as a commercial broker. Okay, so what I want to do here is, since we're expanding down this road, I'm going to keep this going. I'm not gonna take up that part of the street because I've learned my lesson. Okay, I do need to take that out, and I should probably take that out. Yeah, we're fine. Whatever. Okay, so from here, let's do a little bit more industrial. We're gonna expand that to there. We're gonna push that to put that to there, and then I think I want to kind of get this going already. I want to get a little bit of expansion plan. I'm gonna cut that, but it's fine. I think we're gonna be okay. Oh, maybe not. Oh. We're fine. Good. There we go. Take that down. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna let this build up. I'm gonna just kind of zone everything accordingly, and then I'm gonna get back into what we're doing here, what the long-term plan is. Okay. So we are almost there. We're at almost a little hamlet. I'm just gonna, we actually need more homes. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're going to expand this up a little bit. We're going to block zone. We're just going to zone this whole block for residential. It's okay, no big worries. And then we're going to take it to there. And I'm going to leave for now. You know what? Actually, I want to also have ways to connect my industrial streets over time. So we're going to do that. And while I don't actually have a reason to fill any of these in yet, although I do have this right here, I'm going to connect that just so we have everything utilized. So here's the game plan. Here's what I'm thinking. So we're going to keep industrial over here. We're going to keep it thriving. And oh, there we go, that little hamlet. Okay, real quick, before I hop in anything else, get a little perks unlocked. We get taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare. So landfills, I'm just going to clinic. So first things first, what's most important? You might think it's medical. It actually isn't. A landfill is the most important thing to have right now because you need to make sure your people have somewhere to dump their trash. And because of that, look at that, our residential zoning requirements went up because, again, you got a place to dump your trash. Well, people think it's a clean city and they want to move to you. Okay. And let's also put down a medical clinic. And here's the reasoning and the reason why I'm putting it on Leighton Street here. Okay. So Leighton Phillips is our collector. You would think you maybe want to put it on the collector street because it gives them the quickest access to the best route of transportation, but that'd actually be incorrect because just like a residential area, you want to ensure that there's less traffic because the ambulances and the patients and those at the urgent need can get to you, and the road that the hospital is on isn't congested, so that they have quicker access, easier availability of care, and it takes care of them in that regard. So I'm actually going to put it on the back end of Layton Street and on a side road, but I don't want to put it too close to my industrial. That in mind, but I also want it to be able to service as much of this as possible. I want it to be able to be service not only what's available, but what also can be used down the road. So I think I need to keep it right over here. I'm gonna put it just like that. Perfect, everybody's happy as you can imagine, fantastic. And now the elementary school. You wanna put this in your neighborhoods, makes sense. You don't want to put it on a collector because again, it congests traffic and students and kids aren't going to be safe if they have to walk out across the street and that street happens to be a 6-lane or a 6-lane freeway. So we're going to put this, on the end of a street because it's the most forward facing, it's the most visible, and it's also the safest because the street ends here. You're not surrounded by roads, which adds more vehicles, which adds more danger to kids. So let's put this, I do need to get this side, so I think I'm actually better off putting this right about here, and I think I'm going to build my streets around it, going up and around. So let's do this right here. Perfect, everyone taken care of, everyone's happy, and we really need to get some more zoning going now. We have a lot of demand, and as you can tell, oh, we need some water as well. That's what I can tell. There we go. And before I forget, let's also start to get our taxes up. This is just strictly off of what I've been watching from other creators. We're going to bump it to 11. Reason being is, to be honest, I just watch other creators and this is what basically their citizens would approve of before they started getting mad and moving out. So that's what we're doing. That's the only reason I got for y'all. And also, we're pretty low on cash. I want to see if we can take a loan out. So this would actually put us under for a little bit. But you know what? I think it's going to pay off in the long run. We're going to take out a loan of $20,000. And we're going to use that solely for expansion purposes. And what I want to do is I actually want to leave a little bit of a buffer between our elementary school. Oops. Because I want to be able to add in some parks around here later on and just make it a little bit nicer of an area. We're going to do that. That looks a little nice. I like that design. And we're going to just toss in our homes there. And you know, we really need to utilize these back roads here. So I'm going to do this. Going to leave 2 for room for future expansion. And we're going to hit that, and then I think, yeah, we have to keep it to here. Yeah, okay. So I like all that, and I like all that. So that's our water servicing that as well. Perfect. What we really should think about doing too is we should probably start thinking about putting some homes on this side so we can service our industrial districts as well for workers in the workforce. As you can imagine, if you live, 30 minutes away, you're less likely to take a job in the industrial areas. You'd rather just live or work closer by, so you probably be more inclined to work in the commercial districts, which is great, but you want a fully functioning city, so you need residences on all angles, in all areas of your city. So let's actually do this. Let's take this. I'm gonna push this back. How is our landfill? How do I check? This is where the novice in me comes out. So I need to know where my pollution is. Like, where am I going to be? That doesn't tell me. So I'm just gonna go off the idea that this is far enough away from the landfill. What I'm gonna do here is make this long area, and I'm just gonna start building these up and out. Do I want to go? Yes, I do. I'm gonna go up and out just like that. A little bit too big here, so we're gonna close that down. And we're just gonna go a little bit crazy with this. Boom, boom, boom. Everything is gonna be houses. Not gonna be picky. And we're gonna do that. And we really need to get some water here. So let's take the existing line, run it up, run it around. And just for the sake of making it look a little bit nicer, let's just do that. Okay. So got our homes going, power is being serviced as well. So we're doing great. Consumption's doing just fine. So we have our income coming in. We are very net positive, which is terrific for us. What we need to start doing now to make up for all these new homes, they're going to need services in the area. So we're going to do some more commercial. We're going to just finish these off right here. We're looking terrific. And I'm going to finish that off right there. And what I should really do, and oh boy, okay, this is where it gets sketchy. So how do you do this? You need to make a curved road. That did not work. Okay. We got this. We got this. I am not concerned. You're concerned. Okay. Okay, can I move you? Is that possible? I can't relocate it. That's even worse. Okay, let's do, how am I gonna do this? Let's do this. Let's just take a simple road. Do it like that so we can, the only reason that road exists is to connect my neighborhood. This is Rick and Morty, the robot passes butter. That's all that road is doing. Oh boy, that looks not the best, but it's okay. It's doing its job. Okay, now I do kind of want to connect these two. Oh, I realize my cursor's not on. I really do want to connect these two roads here, but I just don't think it's going to be necessary. I think I want to keep the industrial area as isolated as possible. So adding all these roads to connect to it just doesn't really fit the model that I'm going for here. So, what else can I add? You know, I think we're actually far away enough to where I feel comfortable to make this little chunk resident. Oh, okay, I lied. I lied to you. Make this little chunk residential, just so we can, you know, meet the requirement a little bit and just give a little bit more of a flair to what we've got going on. Okay, so then we're going to, let's see, we got this area is looking great. We have residences being served, and I can, just to make it more uniform, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to connect everything up to here, just so it all fits nicely and it all looks uniform. And to explain the term a little bit, uniform just means so that it looks identical to the other areas of the town, so that you don't have anything looking out of place or a little bit funky in the design. So that's what uniform means. Let's see what else we got. Our water's looking good. Everything's being powered. I think we're okay for now. We're actually going to hit our next milestone in a second. So I'm going to wait for that just for a bit. We're going to fast forward this till we get there. We should hit in a couple seconds here unless we're zoned out. No, this is all residential, so we're good. All right, I'm gonna put this back to normal. Let it hit for a second. There we go. We're at Worthy Village now. We can purchase a new area. We can add districts. We can add policies, take out a second loan, and do quite a bit of more things here. We're gonna see if we can. Oh, we're actually gonna add in a firehouse and a police station in just a second. But the first thing I want to do is I want to go into policies and I want to add a smoke detector distribution. And the reason for that is you really want to make sure that the people that you have as residents, they are able to notice when there is a fire in their house. It might sound pretty straightforward, but you'd be surprised at how many cities don't make that a requirement. Thankfully, everywhere I've lived has required it, but I have heard of some horror stories where there's been fires in buildings and nobody has known. The building was so old, it wasn't retrofitted with fire alarms or smoke alarms. And retrofitted means basically to take something that's old and force it to have modern requirements. So if you have a 1960s building, those typically didn't come with smoke detector requirements, so you are required by the city or the county to retrofit it and put those in. That's what the retrofit means. So the fire department, I want to put it on, I believe this is Layton as well, correct? This is Layton. And the reason for this is because, of course, you want to service your residential areas and you want to service your commercial areas because that has the most size per volume, so they're going to have the higher likelihood of a fire breaking out. But what's also very important is your industrial districts. While they're typically more compact and there's less buildings per square foot, that's usually just big warehouses, the fires that break out in industrial areas are tremendously more dangerous. You have accelerants in the chemicals, you have a lot of things that are stored in warehouses that fire loves and will cling on to and grow from and typically cause explosions or, you know, create gross pollution in the air that never goes away for months or weeks or however long. So you want to make sure the fire department is as equidistant from industrial as it is from your other districts. So with all that said, we're going to put that right on this street so we can service everything as best as possible. Okay, so police station, similar. However, it's not as important in the industrial districts because typically, you know, criminals, burglars, thieves, they don't really hang around industrial sites. They don't have nothing to steal. Scrap metal, sure, but you know, what usually doesn't get talked about or known about is that typically the workers in industrial areas, they handle their own problems. They really don't need a police force as much because if they see somebody in their site trying to take something, they're gonna explain to them through their hands and through some objects why they shouldn't be doing those kind of things. So you want to have your police area more in the commercial and residential areas because families obviously need the protection, and burglars are more incentivized to attack those areas because typically the parents in those homes are working, and therefore it's an easier target for criminals to do their activities. So for us, with everything the way it's working, I'm just really going to put it, I need to service everything. A little bit torn on a location, but I think right here is going to be solid. And what is this? This is Albert Blake Street. So this is going to take care of the majority of our area. So we're going to have everything serviced. It's right next to this area as well, so we can grow this pretty safely without fear of theft, and we can expand and take care of this area as well. Okay. So we have our schools, everything's taken care of. We actually need to get a school on this side as well. So what I'm going to do is, where am I least likely to expand this neighborhood? That's what I'm thinking right now. And what I'm going to do, pardon me, I am going to put this, I'm actually going to put this right, this is actually a little bit of a conundrum. I got to figure out which is least likely to receive expansion. And I think that's actually going to be right here. Now ooh, I should have probably done this first. This might be an error on my part. Okay, we are good. I'm gonna do that. So I prevent myself from making a mistake in the future. That's a 6 lane. Okay, perfect. So the reason I'm putting this here is because while I do want to provide through traffic for, what is this road? It doesn't tell me. I do want to provide through traffic for Chapman Street. They are close enough to what I'm sorry, I want to get this right. They're closest to Laurel Street, so they can just turn right and be back on the main arterial, the main collector road in no time. So being right here, it's going to be a little bit noisy in the back. No problem. It's going to be okay. They'll be all right. So what we're going to do now, we need a lot more residential. So I'm going to start expanding outward. We're going to keep this going as best as we can. You know what? Let's go out 800 at a time, just so we can make it a little bit quicker on the process and get things going that much faster. Can I bulldoze this rock? Pretty, but right now I'm not looking to do anything with anything special. So I actually do also, I'm going to actually break the uniform here with commercial districts. I want to keep this more of a secluded, quiet area for the kids and for just the residents to enjoy. I'm going to make this the park area as well, and I'll explain why I'm doing that when that time comes. Let's do this. Let's do this. Actually, what we're going to do is this. We're going to, perfect, that's fine. I can have that. I'm actually going to expand our industrial out to there just to make a little more unit. Make it look pretty. Okay. Nice. And so from here, we need to get more neighborhoods still. Actually, what's actually probably going to be more reasonable is just to put homes right here. I'm not really going to expand Travis Homes over to Hancock Street, I don't think. I don't have a reason to do that necessarily. I mean, it would increase the flow of traffic, but not too much. It would just make the city look a little bit janky. Just not really provide anything that is required of us. So I got the water going. Okay, water is doing good. How's our power doing? Power is getting closer to needing more, but we're fine for now. And what we really need to do, we need to get some more money first of all. So we need to do our policies. Do we can do anything yet? No. Okay. Well, that looks good. I'm going to actually build up this road as well. How does this look? That's a little, that's okay. Yeah, I'll do it. That's fine. Just trying to find little ways to squeeze in some more usability, just so I can keep my city as controlled as possible and not let it get too out of hand, because from first-hand experience, once you get to the 4th or 5th expansion, you really start to feel the pain of the game just throwing things at you. So I want to be able to provide and prevent that for as long as I possibly can. Let's kind of keep this uniform just for my OCD sake. Okay, there we go. Oh, we need some water to this building. I didn't even notice this was missing it. Okay, let's do that. Keep that there. All right, we are low on funds, but it's okay. What I really want to do right now is I really want to hit residential. Okay, we're still good. I really want to hit that next expansion level before I really do anything else. So I'm just going to find a room for some more residences in some pockets that aren't being utilized. I'm going to stop expansion for just a second. Okay, so we're going to take this, put that to right there. Just finding little pockets. Oh, okay, this is going to have to, oh, in the future. Whoops. Well, actually, no, what I can do, I'm going to do this instead. This is going to be a little bit janky, but it'll be okay, I think. Can I put a street through here without disrupting? Yes, I can. Okay. Let's just keep this going too. Boom, perfect. And we're just going to fill that in because there's no need not to. And let's just keep you, oops, keep you going just little by little. One, I think it's a 1. Yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, it's right there. There we go. Just making little improvements. Yeah, we're going to expand it up here. We're not going to expand it here. That's good. And then I want to keep this to itself. Okay, we need to get some water pumping. All right, we are looking so good. I'm liking the progress we're making so far. Let's do that. Okay. So we're gonna hit the next unlock in a second here. And then I think I'm gonna take a little break from expanding. I'm gonna explain a little bit more about what I meant by Class A district, Class B district. Oh, it reminds me too. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna start doing some district building. And the reason for that I will explain in just a second, but I want to kind of get this built out the way I see it. Let's keep the industrial area to itself for now. There we go. Just tighten it up just for the sake of my OCD. Okay, we're at Tiny Town. So we got a lot of things here. And this is where I really start to struggle because I don't know how to do half of these things yet, but it's going to be okay. Canals, no idea what I'm doing. Parks, got it. All this park carousel stuff, got it. So we're gonna be doing great. I got that. Roads, I can figure that out, no problem. Okay, here we go. What I really want to do first, this is just a personal thing. This is just what I want to do for all my cities. Smoking ban. All my friends who smoke, wish they never started. They never want their friends to do it. So in my city, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna implement that for all of our friends. Looking out for them, looking out for us. So let's keep that. And this is also industrial, I believe, right to here. So let's get that as part of it as well. And then we want to have our neighborhoods. We are going to just take this whole thing. We're not going to be biased right now. We're just going to get all this accounted for. And we're even going to throw in the school as well in the district. There we go. And then we're just not going to be biased here as well. We're just going to add in everything that's residential to this chunk currently, because what I'm doing doesn't really need to be specific, but it makes sense. So the reason why I have these districts, you'll notice there's a little bit of an icon here. That's the smoke detector and the smoking ban. So you can only have those policies in place when you have districts activated. And so now that we have it, we almost forgot about our commercial district. Let's get one of those in too. Now that we have them, those policies are enforced, and now our citizens are taken care of, and they are following our laws that we require them to follow to live in our city. But we're looking good, liking all of this. And also what I failed to mention as well is that with districts, what you can really do, and this applies to real life, is you can actually follow the value of those areas very closely through this. So you basically can take the average home price, the average property price, and the average, commercial value, and you can get an idea of what an average building will cost in these areas, and you can then assess your city's value by an amalgamation of these things as well. So it's very good to have districts. It's actually very important as well, and every functioning city needs to have it. Now, of course, my city is not really a real city, and it's barely functioning, but you get the idea. Okay, so now we got that going. What I really want to do is I need to get commercial districts. Oh my goodness, this is actually kind of crazy how we need that much. But what I also should do, how am I going to do this? How do I want to approach this? So here is my idea. I want to create a road. Oh, this is going to cause a problem. Okay, gotta think this one through. I think for the future of this area, I have to do this. So sorry, but gotta happen. Sorry, guys. Okay, so here is my idea. This is my first time trying this, but I saw it and I'm inspired. We need to... Is this gonna work? Nice. What I want to do is I want to create a one-way lane for my industrial district to get out of the city, because industrial trucks, you may not know this, but they take up a ton of space. And we really don't want them to congest our streets. So what we're gonna do is I actually probably need to buy this. Let me see if I can do that. Can I purchase this? Yeah, that's worth the money. 3,500 we added to our area. And the only reason I did that is so that I can get my guys out of town and keep it looking good. There we go. A little janky, but it's definitely okay. We are not too concerned about the way it looks. We just wanted to have the functionality there. What we're gonna do, I want to have this kind of heavier traffic. So 4-way 1 road, 3-way 1 road, low to medium. I really want to be able to support medium traffic. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to upgrade. And we're just going to make this, don't want to get on our main road, make this 1-way, just so that we can help alleviate the traffic that our trucks are creating. Let's see how this works. You see this road here? Yeah, this is the big problem that I was concerned about. And so now the goal, and now that I just noticed we only have a way in, or a way out, not a way in, I'm gonna have to expand this also. Dang it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just take this, and we're just gonna do it. Not too picky with it. We're just gonna make it easier for our trucks to get in and out. It looks a little ugly, but it's fine. All right, and so let's see what we got going on here. What we need to do next, I'm taking a look at what we got going on. We will need to add some more of our districts. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some more residential first. It's the most straightforward. And also we unlock parks, so I really want to also get those introduced as well in the areas I had in mind earlier. Oh, wrong road. Let's get that taken care of. Okay, I think the game plan here is once we hit the next milestone, we're going to end the video. So let's get this going real quick. Let's get these added in. Bang, bang. There we go. And just for the time being, get that added. Get that added. And there we go there. And same thing on this side. We're going to have to add, obviously, some water. I think we have to expand our power as well. But I just want to focus on getting these in as quickly as possible. Here we go. And let's get our water district added. Let's actually put it on. We have everything going uniform anyway. So let's do this here, do this there, do this there. All right. And how's our power doing? We're going to need some more power going. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our budget, and we're just gonna up our manpower here a little bit. That should be enough. Perfect. Okay. Oh, these small parks are not small. Oh, there we go. Let's add in just a little bit of a small park here, so we can give it's something to do. And actually, what I'm going to do, I actually just noticed something here. Let's get in a small playground right here for the kids. And then we're going to do a little bit of a dog park as well for the families. Perfect. I'm going to add that same thing up here. Small park right there. And then dog park right there. Perfect. And then we need to get some more income going. So we're going to have to expand out our commercial areas. So commercial and industrial. And the best way to do that is just to keep growing it outward. We're going to have to sacrifice a couple buildings more than likely, but it's going to be for greater good. And let's just get that over just like that. Then how's our power doing? I think we don't no longer need, we actually need to get power going. Oh, we're broke. Oh no. I got a second loan real quick, and let's get these connected. Perfect. All right, we're gonna stand on the district. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. Interesting. Why is that? Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. And you know what? I think I'm just going to end this here. We are going to keep going on this in the next episode. And here's what we got going on so far, and I'm liking the progress we're making. If you like the video, please make sure to give it a like and to subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next episode. Thanks.